All right, folks, Mike Snett, thanks for stopping by. So in this particular video, I'm going to be talking to you about Ben Courson and Las Vegas television station Channel 13 and the cover-up that they did a number of years ago now, but I'm going to go back over to show you how a cover-up really works. Been going through there on the circuit of the Calvary Chapels, and now he got a chance to be on Channel 13. They're going to bring him on their entertainment show in the Morning Blend Show. One of those shows highlighting the things taking place in Vegas. Now this is Vegas, this is big time entertainment capital of the world. So he's on this show, and as you can see here, this is the show, there's him. So what I was doing before the show ever come on, I'll show you the record. See, so I started contacting him about it. Look, here's the record. Send, 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 send. I'd been calling them, send, send. I kept telling them over and over again. And you can see here. So that morning, the morning it went on, that afternoon, I called them. Chris Way, the folks at Channel 13, and all they did was scream and yell and laugh. It was the FUs, like a bunch of hyenas or jackals screaming in the background about, are you going to cry? We're not going to do your story, so what? FU. Horrible stuff. At a television station, the anchors, these people in the newsroom. So I'm still in Reno, so I figured, okay, well, I got to do something. I tried to call Channel 3 and talk to Marvin Clemens. This is your competitor, you can see here in the record. This is your competitor, they just put him on. I'd already been talking to Channel 3, I'd already been talking to Channel 5, I'd already been talking to Channel 8 about these folks. So, and I'm going to show you that record. So I have to move there, so I show up there. Well, I got to get established, I got to get going. But it was about a month before I started working, so I started going out. So where are you going to go? Well, you're going to go to the car dealerships. Those are the biggest advertisers. So I went to Henderson Chevrolet. It's just one stop. They're a big-time supporter of Channel 13. Car dealerships, they're the bread and butter of the television station. So I go there. The general manager at Henderson Chevrolet comes out. He was mad and screaming. I tried telling him I had the newspaper articles, this and that. And I'm trying to tell you, you're putting your brand with these people. Maybe you don't know what you're doing, but you're paying for it. And I don't like it. And I don't like what they're doing. He kind of argues. He storms off. 5 minutes later, he comes back and says, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I called them. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I hear what you're saying. I don't like it at all. Now, he didn't like me standing out there. Nobody does. Tobin Dodge Kia didn't like me. Jim Marsh Kia didn't like me. The folks in Jim Marsh Kia threw me into the street in front of the traffic. The police came, another cover-up, another BS investigation that happens at these places. But anyway, so he comes back. When he tells me he's going to help out, I leave. I go home. Well, the next day I get this email that I'm showing you from Chris Way. He's the general manager of Channel 13. And he tells you that they did an investigation and all this stuff. And I think to myself, well, that's not good enough, because they wouldn't tell me, they wouldn't talk to me. They never have. So I go back to the advertisers, and finally, this is in August, so in September he calls me, Chris Way does. I finally got a hold of him on a Friday night. He was at the store, I guess he was going on some camping trip, and we start the conversation. And I go, so what's going on? You did this investigation. What do you mean? And he goes, well, you wouldn't like it if we said there was something that was untrue about you, would it? That was his phrase he kept using. I said, you did an investigation? He said, yeah, we did a 2-day investigation. But you wouldn't like it if we said there's something that was untrue about you. You wouldn't like that. I said, who did you talk to? You did an investigation. Who did you talk to? Well, I don't know. I don't have the list in front of me. I don't know. But we did a 2-day investigation. You wouldn't like it if we said there was something that was untrue about you. You wouldn't like that. Kept using that phrase. I said, what do you mean? What did you do? And who did you talk to? This investigation. I don't have the record in front of me like I just told you. I said, did you talk to Ben Courson? Who? He says. I'm trying not to scream here, yell. I said, Ben Courson, the person we're talking about. Oh yeah. Well, what he said was he didn't know anything about it. He didn't know the man. You're lying. What do you want me to do? He says. But you wouldn't like it if we said there's something untrue about you. We go back and forth. Finally, I get off the phone. Thank God the man at Henderson Chevrolet said something, because the Christine, the lady that did the advertising, she called too and said, congratulations, looks like you lost us one of our sponsors, you know, because there was a time where there was thought he might not keep advertising because of this story. But it was because of him, and I'm thankful to him, because he cared. They care at that place. This man does, at least. And I got that email generated. Let's go back to the record. When did I first start talking to Channel 13? Well, I started talking to him in February, because Ben Courson was to come on the UNLV campus. Well, I didn't want him coming on there. I wanted people to know. Parents pay a lot of money. These aren't the kind of people you want on the campus. I talked to the dean's office. I talked to the president's office, the communications. I talked to the student affairs, Rebecca Baracus, something like that. She says, what's a free speech campus? I said, that's like saying the sky is blue. I want to tell you about these people. I didn't get anywhere. Called the police, Department of Police, get more information out. You don't want this guy coming here. Lindquist, I have an email there you see from him, and all this stuff, and it didn't go anywhere. Well, I keep calling the television stations. Well, back in April, I'm talking to them again. I'm going back through my routine again. Send, talking to all these people again, calling them, trying to get all this information out to them. They don't care. That Ron Edwards guy at Channel 5 or wherever he's at, he acted like he was asleep. He didn't know I'm even talking to him. Marvin Clemens, he could have cared less. Nobody cared. So now here we go. He had Ben Courson on a schedule that he was going to be on channel 13. I said, you got to be kidding me. I just told him 1,000 times. So what do? I just hit that send button. I make this email out. I said send. I probably hit it 60 times, 80 times. They're not going to say they didn't get the email. They're not going to say they didn't get the email. 80 times I hit that button. I then go to my hometown, my channel station, channel 12. I hit the send. He's going to come on. They're bringing him on your affiliate. They're bringing him on channel 13. You guys know all about him here. Send. So nothing happens. He goes on the air. We have this thing where I called that afternoon. I called channel 3 Marvin Clemens, and I told him this. They put your competitor on there. They just put this guy. I just told you about him. All he could say is, well, what do you want us to do? He's not going to come on. You know he's not going to answer our questions. Yeah, he's not going to answer our questions, buddy, and he hangs up. So I did everything I could do to tell these people over and over again. I stood out in front of all the television stations with my sign, channel 13, channel 5, channel 8, channel 3. I did everything I could do to give people all the information. You see, that's how a cover-up works. All these people like what they get from him, and so that's why they didn't say anything. Of these crooked people, I want you to have all the information to make an informed decision. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. This was Mike Stinnett in the Office for Truth.